So what do you think are your expectations for Sunday then? In terms of the things you just saw, like, yeah, what do you want to see in terms of like the short term? Because we obviously know
I want 303 touchdowns for Kenny. Let Kenny cook. Just
respect.
Let loose. Let's see it.
So when I say your expectation, if you don't get 303 touchdowns, that's what I'm referring to.
What do I think's gonna happen? Yeah. Like I said, I want to see Pickens. I want us to see Deontay, Pickens, our star. I want us to see these guys like featured. I want us to see them like schemed open and stuff like that. Like almost, when AB would maybe be off to a slow start, we would just be like, let's just throw AB the ball. Let's get him a slant. Let's get him a screen. Let's just do something. Let's get the ball in playmakers' hands. So that for me is just like, if we're not seeing Pickens or Deontay doing stuff early on, like let's not wait till like late in the game or the second half. Like figure out to get them the ball and have them make plays.
Respect.
I just don't think we've been doing that enough.
I can dig that.
Yeah, I mean that's one part of it. Being less predictable with the whole running stuff. There was one thing I heard from Orlovsky. We would have one formation or a certain formation. We'd run one play out of it.
Correct. Yes.
Like, that's insane to me. That's literally insane.
Yes and no, but I'm with you though.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's have like a combination of plays out of certain formations.
Yeah.
Like it's literally shit I do in Madden. You have a formation, you got like 5 or 6 different things you got out of it. If it's one play out of one formation every time, the defense picks up on it.
Like you said, when we simplify it like that, yes. In the flow of the game, I think it's a difference, though. That's all. But I do get what he is saying, and I do understand why you're taking it like that. I definitely do.
So the other thing, I mentioned moving the ball in the middle of the field. Now, this is going to be a thing here going forward. Is that a Kenny thing? Is that a Tomlin thing? Or is that a Canada thing? We'll find out.
I say because we've removed one out the equation now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Because there have been times where a pass might be open over the middle of the field. Sure. And Kenny hasn't hit it. He's checked down maybe a little too early. But, yeah, those are some of the things. So, hopefully it's a little bit more opened up. We do attack the middle. We get our stars the ball. It doesn't have to be complicated either. It'd be a 5-yard hook route. Instead of passing the ball laterally at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage all the time. Seems like we do that way too often. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think we're gonna get just a morale boost and an energy boost all around though. At least early on.
Think about it. You typically do see that, whether it was Buffalo with them switching coordinators, the Raiders when they switched it, even just Saturday a year ago with the Colts, it worked for a little while. So you do see the
You're gonna
rally.
get that for a week.
Shoot, even the Jets when they switched out the quarterback last year when it was with Mike White, they came with the T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to a jet sweep the first play though. I would like that.
All right.
What do you think?
What in terms of what?
What are you expecting this week? What do you want to see changed?
To me, heavy dose of running the ball. Definitely want to see more of that. I think that last week we got away from it a little bit too quickly. Definitely think that is our bread and butter. The next thing I would like to see is if we're running the screens, or even though you're not a fan of the quick releasing passes that are lateral, I don't have an issue with them as long as it's better timed. We didn't have an issue with quick releasing passes behind line of scrimmage when it was the Green Bay Packers because it was getting Jalen Warren the ball behind, but he's going with the momentum. Last week, it was more of the screens, but the time was also, to me, I want to just see a better feel for if it's the fast release. I'd put Jalen Warren
in the category of stars. I would put him in there if we get him in open space or something.
So for me, when we're doing the fast release, make sure it's 30, not 22, regardless of how he might feel about it personally. 30 gives you the better option. So if we're going to do the fast release, I like that. If we're going to go with the screen game like we've been trying to implement, you either got a daggone delay in terms of your block on this guy, or you need to have it coached up a little bit better, running back's room, right? In terms of the timing of if you see color flash, you got to turn around now because he doesn't have enough time to keep bailing and get you that ball. Those are the two things in terms of right now what I want to see this week, that because from a passing standpoint, the scheme is not going to change. There's still the same calls, still the same routes. It's just the flow is going to be different. So when I've seen guys open downfield, that part is not going to change. That still falls on 8. 8 still got to deliver those throws. So we took out part of the equation. Now we got to see, okay, can you actually make those throws? That's still going to be there. But I want to see, like I said, just the feel of when we got blitz coming, Or if Kenny is struggling and we need to go to the quick passing game to Deontay Johnson, I want to see that happen a lot sooner. More of Green Bay, less of what we saw in the Browns where it was like we never made that adjustment.
No.
Yeah. But I do think from a morality standpoint, I definitely think our morale is going to be up because first off, whenever somebody gets fired in the organization, everybody perks up because bro, if he can get got, anybody can get got. We don't most people don't live that type of lifestyle at their workplace. In the professionals, that's what it's like. So when he gets the headshot, there is nobody in that building that's chilling right now. Everybody is going to be up. They're going to be alert. They're going to be fired up, ready to roll because they don't want to be the guy that's viewed as the reason why we're still struggling. So I do think that we will get that uptick. Then from there, man, shoot, continue to do what we're supposed to do. We're not far off when we came out of this past game. We came out of this past game saying, bro, Kenny got to play better.
Yeah, I wonder if Canada's fired if we get that game-winning drive.
Exactly. So that's my whole thing. I'm like, it's not like we about to look for something magically different. I'm like, bro, we just need this little bit to be adjusted. And then from there, Kenny, make the stuff that we need to see you still make. But now, in terms of the evaluation of Kenny, it just becomes even more focused on him because we can no longer look and say, well, it was maybe that guy. Oh, it's definitely that guy. It's like, we don't have that anymore. So now for Kenny, it's like, bro, we really going to be looking to see, can you make these throws? Or was that on him? Or was that really on you? Because it might be the case where, as we've talked about a couple of times already, where it's like, when we don't be knowing who it is, I've even said it before, right? This sheet, like, well, you might got to get rid of both of them. And I didn't think it would be in season, but that's, kind of where we're at right now. So for me, I just want to see him make those routine throws and don't turn that ball over, lean on this run game, and let's come out here and look like we, are motivated to play today, man. Because we can't lose another week, man, to another backup quarterback. That's the other part where it's like we keep coming into these games and it's like, dang, all right, this backup quarterback outplayed him. That quarterback outplayed him. That's the other part where it was like, with Canada here, you still could be like, it's on Canada. It's on Canada. But this week, you like, God, dog, this is another backup, another guy that we wouldn't want as our starting quarterback. He can't continue to be outplayed by those type of guys. So that's another thing I want to see this week, too.
Being outplayed by he was the only backup we played that recently.
I'm just saying in general. Will Levis, for example, right?
No, well, that's the thing. I don't think
when I look at those type of dudes, I'm like,
I don't think Levis outplayed Kenny. That's my thing, or even Jordan Love.
I know you don't think that, and I can understand why you wouldn't think that. But from a NFL standpoint, if we talk about just playing the position, not as a team, not as the outcome, just who could play the position better that day, I think it was a little bit different globally. That's all.
They threw some picks. Kenny didn't. We got the win.
And then, for example, like last week, we said outside of the garbage time hook and lateral play, he finishes 4 quarters of football with less than 100 yards passing. That is also what we're referring to. So,
yeah,
it becomes more.
I'm just saying specifically last week, sure. Yeah,
like I said, it becomes more critical of Kenny because Canada isn't here anymore. That's all I'm saying. So for me personally, you ask me what I want to see. That's what I want to see. We could use them excuses to me beforehand. Now it's like, bro, come on, man. We getting rid of everybody. Show me something, man. So this is one of the ones where I don't want to personally leave out of that game and be like, how the heck did Jake Brown do all this? And I'm looking at Kenny. I'm like, bro, what the heck? Like, I don't want that either.
I don't even think I was using Canada as an excuse for Kenny for some of the games after the bye, though, to be honest.
No,
I think he missed throws.
Me personally as a whole. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess what I'm referring to with firing Canada and why I'm completely cool with firing Canada is more of just his body of work and his imprint on the offense as a whole.
100%, yeah.
Whereas, I do think he had some decent stuff dialed up for us, the Titans game pack. It just has not been consistent enough with Matt Canada at the helm.
I'm with you. And that's what we said, when you can't decide who, you pull one out. Now, that's what I'm saying is just, for me, professionally, the pressure is going to go on him now because he doesn't have this anymore. That's all. But he's built for it, though.
Yeah,
he's built for it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, do you believe in Kenny?
He definitely built for it.
You think he's going to step up, back up against the wall, adversity?
Yeah.
I mean, job on the line in a way.
I mean, because it's like this. We're not saying he's going to get fired this offseason if he never improved. But as we talked about on Monday, in terms of the style of player they bring in, that is going to be largely determined by these next, 7 games. And that's the part for me, even before the Canada stuff, we were already talking about the urgency for him. Now with the Canada move, it's like, they're letting everybody in that building know what's up, man. And that's the part where it's like, handle your business, man.
And I think Tomlin believes in him too, based off some of his answers in the press conference. Like,
absolutely. Didn't bench him. He said he's still sticking with him.
Yeah.
And even when he was asked about the next 7 games, he said, we're focusing on this week. And I think that's important because, if we talk the next 7 games, we know it's a critical time for Kenny. But does that help Kenny in this moment prepare for Sunday? Absolutely not. To help Kenny prepare for Sunday, man, you got to tell him, bro, we're not worried about Thursday. We're not worried about Friday. We focused on today. We focused on today, man.
We don't care about stats.
Yeah.
All we're trying to do is get the dub.
Absolutely, man.
What else I want to say, though, with this offense coming up? I mean, all it should take is 20 points.
We say every week, there's 20.
There's no shot in hell this defense should be giving up more than what they gave up against DTR and the Browns, right?
Every week it's a race to 20, bro. Every week. If we get to 20, it's the win. We say every week.
So, yeah.
I like it, baby. I like it. And I would definitely get that, though. Like I said, this is another one. I know not Cleveland. I know Cincinnati's probably saying the same thing. Hey, bro, this is the get right game, bro. Even though we ain't got Joe Bed, it's the get right. We're going to be straight.
Done. They're done. Their season's over.
They saying this. I'm sure they saying the same thing to us, right? Because you look at our record and their record, it ain't like it's far. You know what I mean?
No, Burrow. Their season's done, though. I mean, their season's absolutely done.
So, like I said, man, we better not come in here with that mindset. We better come in here.
Absolutely not.
Okay, because I'm about to say otherwise.
Look at last week and say we just lost to a backup quarterback.
I'm pretty sure we lost to the backup quarterback with the Bengals as well, when they had a backup quarterback last time played us. You know what I mean? It's like, if we got that mindset, we will get beat. We better come out here and understand that, that Bengals team still going to run that ball. They still got a very dynamic running back. They still got dynamic receivers. Okay. And on top of that, they defense, even though they're not to what I think our level, that's still a really good defense over there, man. And that's the other part where, like how we did last week with DTR. DTR don't play defense. Jake Browning don't play defense. They still got some good guys on that defensive side of the ball. So, like I said, man, we'll make sure we locked in on that as well, man.